So this is a video of a promotion ceremony that took place recently of a Iwo Jima veteran who got promoted in Stockton, California to sergeant after years and years of, you know, being a corporal. And then they promoted him to sergeant at the age of like 100 or over 100 years old, I think. So we're going to check this out. You might notice, you might recognize the guy. You may recognize the dude. His name is Frank Wright. There he is.
Values of honor, courage, and commitment.
I love it.
This morning,
he's got the old greens on. That's awesome. I'm sure those guys were honored to be a part of this. What a legendary thing.
I do appoint this Marine A Sergeant, honorary, in the United States Marine Corps, for values of honor, courage, and commitment. You will leave your...
That's so cool, man. I think he made a joke about getting back pay too.
To our Corps, it is well deserved. Congratulations, Sergeant of Marines, Semper Fidelis.
Dude is over 100 years old. That is so cool.
Continue to serve long after the war has ended. We owe you much.
I wish they had recorded the entire ceremony. That would have been kind of cool.
Stockton, California, but Frank and I met in 2024 in Guam. Connection. My wife Sandra and I got to invite him to come over as well. But I got to be here today, Frank, to share this special moment with you. And I would also say that
concentration camps on Guam on July 21, 1940.
God, that's so freaking cool, man. What's going on, everybody?
We were in Guam.
okay.
Yeah, so
Frank.
It's funny because my wife Sandra.
Sorry.
You're good. You're good.
Man. What a legendary dude. He got wounded. All right, so Frank Wright. A little bit about him. Little backstory. So Frank Wright was born on July 5th of 1925 in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Arkadelphia? I've never even heard of that. That's crazy. Motivated by the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, he enlisted in the U.S. Marine Corps on January 21st of 1942 at the age of 16 by lying about his age, using his older brother's birthday, December 5th, 1923, and eating bananas to meet the weight requirement. Oh, wow. He completed boot camp in Platoon 150 at Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego, California, followed by guard duty at Tong Point Naval Air Station in Astoria, Oregon. Joined the elite 4th Marine Raider Battalion, activated October 23rd of 1942 under Major James Roosevelt, son of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, which is often regarded as the U.S. military's first special operations force. Trained at Camp Pendleton, California, and deployed overseas in February 1943 aboard the USS President Polk, crossing the equator on February 17th. In January 1944, he transferred to the 3rd Marine Division, 21st Marines Weapons Battalion, Company D. He participated in major Pacific theater battles during World War II. Guadalcanal, though some sources question his arrival timeline as he deployed after the battles ended in 1943. New Georgia, summer 1943. Guam, 1944 liberation. Endured a bonsai attack and 18 days of combat, bayoneted in the stomach during hand-to-hand fighting. Jesus. Iwo Jima, February to March of 1945, witnessed the flag raising on Mount Suribachi, shot in the chest by a .25 caliber Nambu machine gun on March 3rd with a bullet exiting through his left arm, cracking his clavicle and puncturing his lung. Good God. Wright was wounded twice, earning 2 Purple Hearts, and was medically evacuated from Iwo Jima to Saipan, then flown to Pearl Harbor for surgery and later transported to Long Beach, California for recovery. He returned to duty and served as a drill instructor at Parris Island, South Carolina, training new recruits for the last 6 months of his enlistment. He traveled between islands on 11 different Navy ships during his service. Wright was honorably discharged on January 22, 1946, as a corporal. His awards include Purple Heart with 2 stars, Presidential Unit Citation with 2 stars, Navy Unit Commendation, American Campaign Medal, Asiatic Pacific Campaign Medal with 3 service stars, World War II Victory Medal, Good Conduct Medal, Marine Corps Expeditionary Medal. Though some note this may be inaccurate as it was limited to specific actions like Wake Island. Fleet Marine Force Ribbon with 4 stars. Let me see. Combat Action Ribbon with 4 stars. Some discrepancies as the car wasn't retroactively awarded until later. Sources confirm his injuries on Iwo Jima via casualty records, but note potential inconsistencies in claims about Guadalcanal participation in some awards. Wright has spoken about his experiences causing PTSD. After discharge, Wright returned to Astoria, Oregon, where he worked as a clerk typist at Tong Point. He earned a high school diploma from Astoria High School and a degree in accounting and business from Linfield College in McMinnville, Oregon. From 59 to 76, he worked as a physician business consultant in California and served as a controller for Janus Recovery, an alcoholic recovery and detoxification center he helped form. He retired in 1981 and lives in places like Santa Cruz, Lakeport, and Lodi, California. From 1985 to 1988, he published the Patch newsletter for Marine Raiders, helping maintain community ties. Met his wife, Catherine, during Liberty in Astoria. They corresponded for 4 years and married after his service, staying together for 74 years until her death in 2020. They had 3 sons, 2 married, 1 single, and 4 granddaughters. His hobbies include ham radio operation, let's go, building and flying radio-controlled airplanes and computers. He authored 2 books. Wow. Battles in the Pacific, World War II, My Personal Warcasting PTSD, and Iwo Jima, My 12 Days in Hell, a memoir. Jesus. Remains active in the Marine community, even over 100 years old, mentoring young recruits and speaking about his experiences. He's one of the last living World War II Marine Raiders. In 2024, he was honored as the Grand Liberator at Guam's 80th Liberation Anniversary by Governor Leon Guerrero. Okay, so he just turned 100 this year on July 25th of 2025. He requested 100,000 birthday cards, which went viral. On August 31st of 2025, during the 28th Annual Toys for Tots drive in Stockton, California, he received an honorary promotion from corporal to sergeant 82 years after his last promotion. Approved by Marine Corps Commandant General Eric M. Smith and facilitated by Brigadier General Matthew Good and Colonel Ernest Govea. His sons pinned the sergeant chevrons on his World War II era uniform during his ceremony. Close friend, retired Gunnery Sergeant Marvin Hernandez Garcia, coordinated the event and described it as moving. That's crazy. Wright, nicknamed Whippersnapper, proudly identifies as Frank Wright, Sergeant and U.S. Marine Corps, or Sergeant U.S. Marine Corps, and affirms I am a Marine and shall be a Marine for the rest of my life. He lives in Stockton/Lodi, California, and continues to inspire embodying Marine values. That's freaking cool, man. Man, he's had one hell of a life. That is for certain. I mean, that is wild. There's not many. There's like less than 5 Marines that are still alive that fought on Iwo Jima. Like less than 5, I think, which is pretty unbelievable. And the fact that he's still around is pretty freaking cool. I'm glad they were able to do that. That's pretty freaking cool. You met the guy at MCRD San Diego? Yeah, what a legend, dude. What a freaking legend.